In this presentation, you're going to learn how you can become a project management minimalist, how you can apply just enough project management to rock your projects. The object of the game here is to respect the expertise and the creativity of your project team and first do no harm by piling on a lot of project management stuff that just doesn't matter. We'll start with a little background and an overview of project management minimalism. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Mike Greer, a project management author and trainer. I've written 6 books on the nuts and bolts stuff, checklists, guidelines, practical tools that can help people get started quickly and easily in managing and taking control of their projects. I particularly enjoy running workshops on site using the client's real-world projects to help their teams become effective on actual projects that they're trying to work on. So they leave the class, they hit the ground running. I also maintain Michael Greer's Project Management Resources website, where you'll find lots of articles, tools, and links to resources all over the web. And finally, the Inspired Project Teams blog and podcast presents enduring wisdom and guided challenges to help project teams achieve their best. You can learn more about those by visiting those sites. Now let's look at the context for project management. What do we mean by project? Well, the official definition is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. The key word here is temporary. Temporary means that the project must come to an end, and that by definition it has a limited number of dollars, a limited number of resources, a limited amount of effort we can put forth, and the project manager has to manage all these. And when you think about it, everything starts as a project. New products. Every new product that comes to market was once a project. For example, that new piece of software you're using was originally conceived of as a need, and the need turned into a design, and the design turned into a prototype, and the prototype was tested and used in the field. The same is true of that electronic device or that new car. Someone conceived of it, and then it was prototyped and brought to market. Every new process starts as a project, whether it's the medical protocol that your doctor's using. Someone conceived of that need for that protocol, it was tested and researched and then finally rolled out and implemented. Or if it's that new method of billing that your office is using, someone conceived of that and it was tested and rolled out and then put into place as an ongoing process. Even new events, such as a sales rollout where you introduce a new product nationwide, or a prom, or even a wedding. All of these are projects, things that have beginnings, middles, and ends and are finite. So everything starts as a project. Now, because everything starts as a project, every innovation that comes into existence began as a project, the project manager and the network manager, that is that person who can pull together a team of people and effectively manage them, these are the star players of tomorrow according to Tom Peters. So we really need to acquire good, solid project management skills. But according to the Project Management Minimalist, project management is not rocket science. And despite what many people would like you to believe, it's fairly easy for anyone to learn to use a few basic project management tools so that you can complete your projects in a well-organized way, on time, on budget, with excellent results. Now let's look at the topics for this session. We're going to review 10 key steps that teams have to take to manage projects effectively. Along the way, we're going to examine some fundamental project management concepts and values that underscore those steps and that make those steps meaningful. We're going to look at some PM tools and worksheets and so forth that you can use to make those steps happen. Some team building strategies and techniques for creating more inspired teams. The 10 steps to project success are available to you as a one-page handout from my website, michaelgreer.biz, 10steps.pdf. In the left-hand column, you will find a list of all 10 steps, and beside each step is a statement of the results that you should attain when you successfully complete that step. So it's a nice, tight, one-page summary. You might want to take a minute and pause this presentation and go get that document. You can have it for reference as we're moving through the presentation. But for now, here's an overview of those 10 steps. Step number 1, define the project concept and get support and approval. Step 2, get your team together and start the project. Now, you don't get the team together until you've got an approved, supported project. That way you don't waste a lot of people's time. Step 3 then, pull that team together, figure out exactly what the finished work products will be for your project. Step 4, figure out what you need to do to complete those work products. Identify your tasks, your phases, your activities, and organize them. Step 5, make a pass across that list of tasks and phases and estimate the time, effort, and resources. Translate that time estimate in Step 6 into a schedule. And from that, you can estimate the costs with Step 7. Step 8, keep the project moving. That is, once all of these preliminary plans and your estimates are put together, get the project started and get it rolling. And then intervene as needed to make sure that it stays on track. Along the way, do Step 9, handle scope changes as they come up. And finally, remembering that projects are temporary, the most important thing you can do, or one of the most important things certainly, is to close out your phases, close out the project, to get formal approval that the things you're working on are absolutely done and therefore your project is moving towards completion. Once again, you can go to michaelgreer.biz/10steps.pdf and get that one-page reference of these 10 steps. Next, we're going to continue this presentation in part 2 as we look more deeply into each of the 10 steps.